Imagine driving 70 miles per hour on the highway, slamming your foot on the brake pedal, and feeling nothing but air. Thanks to a new cheap manufacturing loophole, this terrifying nightmare is about to happen to 1 in 5 cars on the road today. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly which brake failures are spreading across the country right now, the one-line item almost no driver checks, and the 3 warning signs that show up weeks before your brakes quit. I am not here to scare you. I am here with the actual numbers from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, from Carfax, and from Consumer Reports. I want you to walk away knowing how to protect your family before your next drive. Let me be straight with you about that 1 in 5 number, because honesty matters here. According to Carfax, 1 in 5 vehicles on US roads right now carries an open safety recall that was never fixed. That figure covers all recalls, not brakes alone, and Carfax counts 54.6 million unrepaired vehicles nationwide. Brakes sit near the center of that pile. Carfax also reported that urgent do not drive recalls jumped more than 65% since the summer of 2024, climbing to 725,000 vehicles, and many of those involve braking systems. So where does the cheap loophole come in? Two things collided. First, counterfeit and no-name parts flooded the market. U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, seized more than 211,000 counterfeit auto parts in fiscal year 2024, nearly double the year before. Second, a 2010 pair of state laws, California's SB 346 and Washington's SB 6557, forced brake pads under 0.5% copper by January 1st, 2025. Reputable brands re-engineered the right way. The bargain bin sellers did not, and drivers became the crash test dummies. Here's what most people get wrong. Brakes rarely die all at once. They fail in stages, and each stage leaves a fingerprint. The first mode is brake fluid boiling, and this is the line item nobody checks. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, which means it pulls water out of the air. Federal rules, the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, or FMVSS, number 116, require that fresh fluid rated by the Department of Transportation, or DOT, resists boiling up to a set temperature. Fresh DOT-3 fluid boils at 401 degrees. Once that fluid absorbs 3.7% water, the boiling point falls to 284 degrees, a drop of roughly 117 degrees. Boiled fluid turns to compressible gas, and your pedal sinks to the floor. The second mode is caliper seizure and pad delamination, where the friction material peels off the backing plate, a signature of counterfeit pads. The third mode is booster, or ABS failure, meaning the anti-lock braking system, or ABS, that turns a firm pedal into a rock or kills your stability control. These are not hypotheticals. Look at what has been recalled lately. Stellantis recalled 1,227,808 Ram 1500 trucks from the 2019 and 2021 through 2024 model years because faulty ABS control module software could shut off electronic stability control. That was NHTSA campaign 24V-653, filed in September 2024. Chrysler followed with 317,630 heavy-duty Ram 2,500 and 3,500 trucks over a hydraulic control unit that can knock out ABS and traction control entirely. Toyota recalled 42,199 Corolla Cross Hybrid crossovers from 2023 and 2024 because a software error in the skid control unit could cause a hard pedal and longer stopping distance while cornering. Toyota's own paperwork said 100% of those vehicles had the defect. Ford recalled 123,611 F-150 pickups, Expeditions, and Lincoln Navigators because the BrakeMaster cylinder can leak fluid into the booster, cutting front braking. Nissan replaced leaking rear brake calipers on 2021 Rogues. The pattern is loud and clear. Now comes the part that saves you. 3 warning signs show up first, and each one has a counter move. Sign 1 is a soft or spongy pedal that sinks toward the floor. That sponginess means moisture or air has gotten into your fluid, and the fluid is starting to compress instead of push. Your counter move is a full brake fluid flush. Sign 2 is a pedal that pulses or shudders when you press it. That pulsing points to a warped rotor or an ABS fault, because the pads cannot grip a surface that is no longer flat. Your counter move is to have the rotors measured and, if needed, resurfaced or replaced. Sign 3 is a high squeal that later turns into a grinding metal sound. The squeal comes from the wear indicator, a small metal tab built to scream when your pads get thin. Grinding means the pad is gone, and metal is chewing your rotor. Your counter move is simple. Replace the pads the moment you hear that squeal, not after it becomes a grind. Do me a favor right now. Comment below the last time you had your brake fluid changed. Most drivers cannot remember, and honestly, that is the whole problem. Here is your action list for tonight, and none of it needs a shop. First, grab your vehicle identification number, or VIN, off the base of your windshield and run it free on the NHTSA website to see any open recall. Recall repairs cost you nothing at the dealer. Second, change your brake fluid every 3 years at the most. Once that fluid saturates with water, its boiling point drops below what hard emergency braking demands, and no pad on earth fixes boiled fluid. Third, buy pads from names you can verify like Akebono, Brembo, Wagner, or Bosch, and walk away from white box mystery pads on marketplace listings. Fourth, check your pad thickness through the wheel spokes. Anything under a 1/4 inch means shop soon. Fifth, find an empty road or lot and do one firm stop from low speed. A healthy pedal feels high and solid. A pedal that sinks or shudders tells you the clock is already ticking. Tell me in the comments, have you ever had a brake failure, and what was the warning sign you wish you had not ignored? Your story might be the thing that makes the next person check their car tonight. If this video saved you from a bad day, tap subscribe, do the VIN check before you sleep, change that fluid before winter, drive safe out there, and go check your brakes.